need you back in the lab.
Which is kind of like you're just perceiving him as here.
Yeah, exactly.
Somewhat his confusion. I'm where?
I know.
I need your expertise back here. There's been a directive from management, but I think that how they get. I think they're perhaps not seeing things as they ought, and I need them to see my reality clearer. And I know you're very good at fusing realities, and so they commingle, and perhaps we'll get a better understanding of what is the proper thing to do here.
Can I bring Reber?
Well, that's a good question.
Did I see Reber?
Well, the interaction of your realities is starting to become fairly diffuse, and the force, the psychic force that currently seems to be infusing or connecting with Divids is terrifying. I mean,
you're in a
there's more there besides just Divids.
Your reality's vibrating with some very interesting energy.
That's probably Reber. But I got some thoughts, and I really appreciate that Onunu gave me these thoughts.
Oh, yeah, no.
Actually, am I back in the lab right now?
Well, that's going to be a roll. Well, no, she made her roll. So, yeah. Right. Renee, would tell us, is he back?
Yeah. You're back, and then, I'll leave it up if you think this reality would be better to bring Reber. If you think he will add something positive to this.
Naroon, things are changing around you, and you are, sort of connecting into the Senza situation now. But the lab is getting weird. Really weird.
Yeah. It is really weird. But I had a thought while I was away on sabbatical. And I'll try to bring everyone on. I'll bring in Naroon in as well. And I'll say, just hear me out. It's not set in stone or anything. But while I was on sabbatical with Reber, it occurred to me that we should probably make Onunu's reality inactive. And that's basically just a euphemism about killing him, is what I'm saying. We need to murder him.
Right. So let me clarify. If you're back in the lab, are you permitting Reber's presence to come with you? That's what I want.
I'll motion him on if he wants to come.
Fantastic. So as you are explaining this, and the reality of Onunu's presence is now under, being evicted due to the role. This is when the globe bursts into a whole bunch of disconnected tiny bubbles, most of which burst.
I lost Helma.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Right.
Yeah, that's good. I'm looking forward to Helma's reaction to this. Helma, the globe of fluids, right? That's so vast and so fascinating and full of all these different little subsets and stuff like that, is bursting apart into spattered globules that splat against the surfaces and hiss away into boiling vapor, and tons of different experiments and processes and things are being ruined. And yeah, exactly, the whole thing's chaos. The lab's being destroyed, right? And all your stuff, right? And the and in the center of the globe strides out and raises his arms, and Reber's powerful presence says, "Yes, now we begin."
Man, your friend's like really intense, man.
He is intense. But basically, to make a new system, you need a supernova. And that's what we're.
So
no fucking way.
Sometimes the most important thing you do in your life is die. I mean, this could be something that's, but
You
He
first.
just single-handedly destroyed the work
Oh, we
I've
can
been
make
done
more.
for an eternity. Everything above and below the desk.
Yeah.
The Reaver now turns to you, who is basically there with your hands on your hips, figuratively speaking, and says, "I smell them. I smell them on you. I know you are touching them. I know you feel them. You are the door. You are the door into the Senza. We shall become their gods, and thus, as gods, stride across and reshape Mercap. In chaos."
Dukin's like, I don't know if we're all on the same page here. Maybe we need to do a
You've been
break
talking to
room.
this guy? What? Yeah. Okay,
I
serious
will
guys.
admit-
Who's doing what? Who's doing what?
Yeah. I'm just going to say, I will admit, he's turned up to 11. However, Nurun, your old work can become new work. This guy is going that way. We can go that way, and we'll just see what happens. Look. And I'll gather up some stuff off of a table, and, I'll just take it in my hand and just throw it down on the table, and I'll say, see, that is a completely new way of thinking. We could pick it up again, throw it again. This guy, he's doing something, but while he's doing his thing, it'll allow us to do our thing. We're not going to become gods. In fact, my whole entire study is to see God, and trust me, no offense, bro, you're not God. But we're on our way.
What are you doing, Nurun? I'm curious. I mean,
Yeah.
Jerry will keep Divid talking for some time, I'm sure.
Yeah.
We'll just let the words
He'll
keep
just keep
filling
going.
up the word balloon while I ask you what
Yeah,
you do.
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm
Turns in-
basically going through my internal file cabinet and looking for something that I may throw at this guy who thinks if I'm a door, he just can kick it in.
Right. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So I am thinking, actually, the stuff I just analyzed,
Yeah, that's the stuff.
that worked so surprisingly well.
Samples with
Unintentionally well
surprising
on the
carry samples
sensu.
with surprising
Mhm.
effects. Why look at that on her sheet. Those
So let's see what this stuff does.
Now, I'm very
Okay.
curious as to the actions of the other characters as Nurun basically matches some phenomenal stuff, right, in Reber's face as the actual realities of the lab warp and change and return, right, depending. Nurun's like that. This is my lab, right? Those aren't destroyed.
Yes.
Those aren't
It
destroyed.
may not
Those
be,
are fine.
it may not be
Right.
officially, but
Yeah.
this is my lab.
Right.
May I assist her, or may I
Of
assist
course.
you? Because I'm assuming since I have like my spore catalog, I'm like, oh, I see what that is,
Mhm.
and I'm just gonna add a little
Right.
paprika to it to help out if I can.
Mm-hmm.
I want to
Well,
see
that's-
what happens.
That's
This
a
is-
reversal, Mr. Man. Things were no Mercap was meant to know.
No, I'm all for it. This is actually, this keeps going into it because it's like, Nurun's about to do something. I want to see what it does to Reaver, who's got like, who's at, turned up to 11. Yeah. I'm just like, okay, yeah, let's see.
Let's
And,
how about Dukin?
Dukin's in this place in his mind where he's like, I've learned some things, and I've learned this thing where we can actually interact without creating, chemicals. I want to try to actually talk. I want to use my new social skills that I've learned dealing with other races, and and just try to talk to Reber, and just say, listen, your emotions are, they're not good here. You need to be thinking logically. You have to let go of your ego, man. You're too emotional. You're gonna destroy things because of your own ego. We want to create things by working together. Be part of us. Be a part of our group dynamic we have going here. We'll create a whole new world together. So yeah, so I'm using my social, my +2 social skills.
Two dice for everybody because I can't figure out whether it's 1 or 3. And
well, awesome. Now, am I just assisting?
No, the way well, we could do. Actually, you know what? You could make her make it so she has 3 dice. That would be the easiest.
Yeah,
right? That would be the easiest is to get her to 3 dice. Yeah. Now, since Renee is doing something very different, I'm going to treat that as a different conflict. But they do assist one another. If either of you succeeds, then we can sort of dial down the whole Reaver problem. Right.
One okay, let's see. All right, guys. Been good to me. Let's see. Not this time, though.
Oh, okay. Never wrote so many ones.
All right, then. Okay.
There you go.
All right. Would you like to say what happens, or would you like me to say what happens and take a die?
I would like to say what happens.
Why am I not surprised?
What?
I didn't say anything. That was Jerry.
Now what? Oh, man. Maybe I did say it.
Oh, hiding. Spreading sports.
That's right.
Okay, so Nurun picks up a little bit of whatever David had thrown there on the table and mixes it up with what she had in her analyzer, or rather the rest of that stuff that was still sitting in some beaker. And she's basically throwing the stuff, not even just emitting, but throwing the stuff physically at Reaver. And I think before it reaches him, he was attempting to go after Dukan, who was just talking nonsense in his mind. But
are you making noises? That's what those Senza do.
Yeah, and it's weird and kind of confusing and should be excluded. But the moment the stuff hits him, he's completely crumbling down and getting really small and really complacent and quiet and kind of confused, maybe even. Not really knowing why he's there.
Aha. So you have changed his what is real on him.
Wow.
Okay.
Did we all just get bigger?
Yeah. Well, let me also be the narrator of failure for Dukan, which is that okay, the only thing I can think of really is that okay, I have to think about this for a second. You were attempting to convince him with logic and with this interaction and stuff like that. I just think that in your interaction with him, you're going to be infused with veins of cracking and reshaping, and it's a physical effect of having some of his reality still remains, and it is infused and altered and warped your body, and your body will do odd things that I say as a consequence going forward. Right. You don't walk away. You don't fail a conflict with Reaver and walk away whole, basically.
yeah, that's cool.
So yes, you're kind of, I can imagine, Nurun is like, there, so it's kind of like all the little mercaps. They're not paying any attention to David or to or to Dukan, they are all clustered around Nurun.
Nice. Let's clean this. Let's clean this
Right.
lab.
They're kind of like, we're with her.
But
Let's get this in workable condition again.
Right. Now, one thing I was going to say is when we have these reality clashes, which is almost every conflict we're going to have, it would be good if the person talking, or some aspect of what we're doing, just the way we shape what's going on, the actual physicality of the environment literally changes.
right.
Right? I mean, the place changes. And the way other characters see it changes as like the way it really is. So that's, if you can just kind of use your imaginations in this space to think about how the lab has changed under these different impacts.
I would say, basically, if there was a lab outside of those little bubbles and stuff, now it is like if we were inside them.
Yeah. Aha.
Together with everything we have.
Aha. Okay. Well.
So the former outside world is gone, and we are inside those bubbles that before were containers for.
And you're much more protected now, right? You are now more insulated through layers of reality that can keep somebody like Ununu from just wishing it all back the way he wants.
Hopefully.
So, yeah. Okay. And now you have like a little essence of nascent chaos god to play with. Okay.
Yeah. Put them in your pocket.
Yeah. All right.
In some pocket dimension.
Yeah. Well, it's all pocket dimensions, right? I mean, this is the pocket. That's what all these are, I guess. So anyway, this has been.
We could put them in the grinder and smoke them. Mm-hmm. We could, just an idea. Just saying.
So anyway,
you do your stuff, I do mine.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay. I would like to think about the impact on the Senza, perhaps for next time, because they have been through a lot, and I'm going to enjoy playing things in my mind from their point of view.
Oh, so, yeah, there was a little channel open, right?
There was a lot of things happened to the Senza there in that last set of events, and so I wonder what their place looks like now.
Yeah.
Right. So I got to think a little bit about this one and consider, the response of other individuals, to what has happened here. But yeah, the three of you are looking at each other from slightly different vantage points. One wonders, like, what on earth was David think he was doing, perhaps, but he'll tell you. Ask him.
That's right.
Okay, so I think, but I guess what I'm saying is I think that was a lot of really weird experimental GMing for one night.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I have little notes to myself of how this, from the Mercap view out, right? How play goes and what conflicts are about and how they're expressed and stuff like that. So
I'm curious how Dukan is to explain to their friends.
Mm-hmm.
What the heck this
Dukan's in trouble. Dukan's always in trouble.
Is about.
I don't know. The three of you are like competing for troublemaker of the week.
That's right.
What? You tell me I'm a troublemaker? This guy comes into the lab and basically starts
Who made a mess of the lab? Who made a mess of the lab?
I'm the troublemaker.
That's right. That's how we get things going. We're gonna get on some kind of cosmic neural net, man. We're gonna our actions are gonna make reality.
Ever tried to destroy?
No.
My stuff.
Not yet. Not yet.
All right, let's see how this goes. There's going to be a whole lot of every which way next time, I'm sure.
Woof!
Yeah. Everybody, thanks.
Exactly.
All right. Thank
Thank
you.
No, thank you.
Those 50
Good
words
luck.
pretty
That's
hard.
right.
Yeah. Take care.
That's right.
Yeah.